You're listening to Daily Review. In the next few minutes, we'll explore a book designed to make you think, grow, or just escape. Whether you're looking for practical advice or a compelling story, your next great book idea is right here. Thanks for tuning in. Today, we're diving into a book that's become a global phenomenon, Robin Sharma's The 5 a.m. Club. The whole idea is that the first hour of your day, it basically sets the stage for your entire life. Big claim, right? So let's dig in and see what it's all about. Wow. The book kicks off with this. This really is a gut punch of a quote, isn't it? It gets right to that feeling. You know the one, like you're just going through the motions, living on autopilot, knowing deep down there's more to you? And that feeling, that's the exact problem Sharma is trying to tackle. So, what does this trap of mediocrity actually look like in real life? Well, the book introduces us to a couple of characters who are stuck right in the thick of it. First up, there's the entrepreneur. I mean, from the outside looking in, she's got it all. She's a giant in her field. But behind the curtain, it's a totally different story. She's completely overwhelmed, stressed out, and her whole world is basically on the verge of collapse. She's the picture of success that just feels empty. And then you've got the artist. This guy has serious talent, no doubt. But he's just stuck, trapped in this endless loop of frustration and second-guessing himself. He's desperate to create something that lasts, something truly meaningful. But he feels like his creativity is just being suffocated. And this right here, this is the central conflict of the whole book. You've got this vision of a life filled with meaning, excitement, maybe even a little magic. And then there's the other side, the soul-crushing reality of, well, living the same week a few thousand times and calling it a life. Oof. That's the exact rut our two characters are stuck in. So, just when they've both pretty much hit rock bottom, something really weird happens. An encounter that changes absolutely everything. And it's here that they stumble upon the secret that is the heart of this entire book. They meet this guy, Stone Riley. And, he looks like he's homeless. But plot twist, he's actually a secret, eccentric billionaire who seems to have figured out the whole art of living thing. And he's about to take them under his wing. And this is his simple, powerful promise. Own your morning, elevate your life. This phrase, it's everything. It's the foundation of the whole philosophy. The core idea is that if you can just take control of that first hour, you can literally change the entire course of your life. He gives it a name, the victory hour. Think of it as this: sacred, protected time for yourself from 5 to 6 a.m. before the rest of the world wakes up and starts pulling you in a million directions. Sounds pretty good, right? But what do you actually do during this hour? Well, this is where it gets really practical. Sharma doesn't just give you a concept. He gives you a blueprint, a step-by-step plan for that hour. And he calls it the 20-20-20 formula. It's super simple, really. The formula just breaks that victory hour into 3 20-minute chunks. First you move, then you reflect, and then you grow. Each block has a very specific and very powerful job to do. Okay, so let's break that down. The first 20 minutes, from 5 to 5:20, you move. We're talking intense exercise, enough to break a sweat. Why? Because it flushes out cortisol. That's the stress hormone, and floods your brain with the good stuff, like dopamine. Then from 5:20 to 5:40, you reflect. This is your time for quiet, journaling, meditating, planning your day. It's all about building clarity and focus. And finally, the last 20 minutes, you grow. Read a book, listen to a podcast, learn something new. It's all about deepening your knowledge. So move, reflect, grow. That's the magic hour. Now, look, Sharma gets it. He knows this sounds intense. He's a realist. And he nails that feeling with this quote. It reminds us that any real change is going to be tough at first. It's going to get messy in the middle, but if you stick with it, it's absolutely gorgeous at the end. Right, so that leads to the million-dollar question, doesn't it? How on earth do you push through all that hard and messy stuff to actually make this thing stick? The book has a number for you, 66. 66 days, that's the target. The idea is that it takes about that long to forge new neural pathways in your brain to get to a point where the habit becomes automatic, or it's actually harder not to do it than it is to do it. And if you're struggling during those 66 days, here's a powerful way to think about it. The book puts it like this: that temporary pain of growth, it is so much cheaper than the devastating lifelong cost of regret. Puts things in perspective, huh? Okay, so we have the what to do and the how to do it. But why? Why go through all this trouble? Because this whole 5 a.m. thing, it's not really just about being more productive. It's about something much bigger: building your inner empire. Sharma breaks this down into 4 interior empires that we all need to work on. First, your mindset, which is your psychology. Then your Heartset, that's your emotional health. Third is your Healthset, your physical body. And finally, your Soulset, your connection to something bigger. The whole point of the 20-20-20 formula is to nurture every single one of these. And here's maybe the most important takeaway in the whole book. Your outer world, your success, your wealth, your impact, it's a direct reflection of your inner world. It's like a mirror. If you get your inner empires in order, your outer empires, they can't help but grow. So what's the end game here? It's about a total life upgrade. It's about stopping the cycle of being busy being busy. It's about shifting from constant distraction to real production. Moving from a life of just good enough to a life of true mastery. And it's about reclaiming your own potential, to stop just making a living and start actually designing a life. And in the end, the book argues that this isn't just about you. Real mastery isn't just about personal gain. It's about the legacy you leave behind. It's about living in a way that touches the hearts of others, making sure your impact lasts. And so, the book leaves you with this. It turns the question right back to you. And it's a big one. It asks, with the time you have left, what masterpiece will you create? Thanks for listening to Daily Review. If you enjoyed it, the best way to support us is to subscribe and leave a rating. Ready to read the book? Using the purchase link in our description directly supports the show and the author. We'll see you tomorrow.